Hello, and welcome to this energetic full moon update. I'll just find the links and share them to ensure that everybody can find us and participate in the healing and the energy work that we are opening here. And I just changed a link, so I just want to help the people who wait. So here it is. Opening for the possibility to participate. Even though this is in English and my native tongue is in Danish, and I have had ceremony today in Danish as well, I'll still open for the possibilities. And I still experience that even though it's the same day, it's the same channel, there's a difference. There's a difference in what comes through, and I'm not sure why. But welcome. And we'll begin with the opening of the energies, and we open the energy by recognizing the body. Always opening to the participation of the energy work by the entrance through the body. And the reason is that when you're entering through the body, you ensure that all of you is participating. When you do energy work and you're not participating with all of you, it might give you some energetic disturbance. It's not dangerous, but it's unpleasant. When we are opening together in a field that is whole, when you're participating in a group ceremony like this, the energy is stabilized. So if you're not stabilized and if you're not entering through the body, you will still be helped in a way where you will not have this recognition of being disturbed in the energies. Love from Denmark. Thank you for the support. And the energies are strong today, so it's a bit difficult to speak English. So I think I'll let the energy speak the most. We have two parts of the energy work. And the first part is to open the energy and to let the people and the places that we want to give love and light, we are letting them enter into this space, this void of consciousness and energy. And in this space of energy, the energy is strong, it's clear, and it's special because it's mirroring in love completely what we are carried in darkness. And thus, it helps us without disturbance, without fight, to release the darkness. If the people that we would like to give the love and the energy, if they agree in receiving, the energy will be a kind of a healing. If they didn't agree and we still would really love to give them some light and love, it will be more like a smile given on the street or a meeting with a beam of sunshine, and then they can receive it and accept it how they want to receive and accept. So there's a difference in the depth of the energy regarding if the receiver have said yes or not. But the energy is strong, and we are also riding on the wave upon the energy work I already did in Danish. So just let's open. And if you have anyone anywhere that you would like to give love and light, we are now opening the field And you just connect and kind of opening with your intention. And then you hold the list of the people and the places that you want to receive the love and the light. And then you just hold the intention, keep your focus on it. And if you think this is difficult, you can just ask me to do it. And then I would be the one who's holding the focus, the intention for the places and the people. And you can use the video. So if you're watching this on this day, the 17th of February 2022, you can use this, and 4 days ahead for this part. The energy work that we're opening afterwards will work all the time. The video is available. Couple of deep breath, relax in the body, and recognize if anything is changing, no matter what it is. If you can keep an open mind and not expect anything, this is often the best space for recognizing the difference that could be related to the energy work. Have a lovely evening, and all my love from Denmark. Thank you so very much, and thank you for the support and a nice energy that goes with it. Warm-hearted, and I'll give it just back to you. Thank you so much. Breathing. And recognize any tensions in the body, any change. And if you want to be a part of the energy work, you can just agree upon it. And then it would be a good idea to find a good way to sit, stand, or lay down, and be aware of all of your body and relax and say yes to participate. And then recognize any shift at all. It's a hold field, it's a held field, and because of this, it will be ensured that your participation will give you more than it costs, and it will balance you, it will give you healing, it will help you, and you will participate in the way that you could participate the best, and this is ensured. For you to recognize the change, the difference, if you accept to be a part of the energy work, will help you to recognize how it would appear to you if you are opening to the energy work. When we do it together, it's enhanced, it's enforced, and we also get help to find our balance within the field. And I also experience that when it's the new era field and it's a health field, we will experience an exchange with all positive energies between each other, and also possibilities. So my way of recognizing energies, seeing things with clairvoyance is enhanced when I'm in a collaborative field like this. And I experience that it's reduced again when we not work together, but it's opened a bit more. And every time I'm joining into this collaboration, my possibilities to have this recognition with the energy is growing. Okay. And if you are putting in places or people that you would like to give love and light, I also recommend that you do it with somebody who's accepting it, and where you can ask them afterwards if they have any experience with it. Also, with yourself, recognize if you have a difference. If you put your house, recognize if you experience a true difference. Maybe you can't explain it to anybody else, but if you have your own recognitions, it's important that this is not just something that we believe in and we have a good feeling about it because it makes sense and it feels good. That we have some kind of recognitions of it in our everyday life is important. So to try, it's a good idea. Couple of deep breaths. Relax. Maybe you recognize the energy now. It's enhanced. And it's both due to the work that we're doing, but it's also because the field is preparing for the energy works in the next step, where we will open to the golden giants from Cosmic Atlantis and open to the energetic update that holds the space for the crystallization of the true clean consciousness in Earth field. And this is the days for this to come. We are just at it right now. So in this day, it's opening. So we will be participating in the ceremony with opening the energy to hold the field for this huge movement, this birth of the crystal consciousness on Earth. The crystal consciousness is also fractal consciousness. So it's a consciousness where each part of the consciousness is available to be connected to each part of the consciousness, the oneness, and the possibilities to open to your way of being a genius without have any practice or have learned about it. It's an opening to the inner knowing, the inner possibilities. And the most people recognize it when there's something that you're good at. When there's something you're good at, it could be a skill, it could be something you know much about, or something you have practiced a lot. Then you can go from doing it the way that you know to begin to express, find possibilities in a way that is out of the boundaries. So you are begin to express what you're doing the best in a special way. And this is due to the frame that you're carrying, where you have possibilities present that enhance your consciousness in this area and opens the space for the possibilities to develop the skills out of what is already known. Some people is kind of built to do this and have been, it has been present through times with people who have made huge changes in our reality with their expressions, with their ways of seeing the world, with their art, with the creation of science. All the people who have had the possibilities to frame and reframe. And what's opening with this expansion and expression of the consciousness right now, due to every people's training with the internet, the cell phones, the tablets, the computers, is actually the possibilities to frame and reframe within all kinds of areas in life. And this is creating the possibilities to reframe the consciousness from the soul. And the soul is carrying possibilities from different layers of reality and different eras. You could say that we have a history here on Earth, and that the soul have a history, and the ancient soul history is carrying possibilities that we are mirroring here on Earth right now. So the opening that we will help today is the possibilities to create the field of consciousness that is carrying these possibilities for framing and reframing to all of us, with the help from the ancient soul consciousness, soul history. And to many people, this doesn't make sense, but maybe the energy does, and maybe you can recognize a change with the healing, and then this is fine. Maybe you can have a resonance with the talk, with the ideas, with the healing. And good morning. So, and welcome. So even if this is so distant to you, strange, maybe you can have a resonance with the energy or recognitions, and maybe you even have a recognition with this ideas, this talk about that your soul is carrying a history, and that this history, ancient soul remembrance, is much more than is present on Earth, and that it's opening, and that we are ready to frame and reframe our consciousness with the help from the soul. Maybe even though you think this is, how could this be, this doesn't make sense, maybe you can recognize the resonance with it. Take a couple of deep breaths, intentional sighs. Maybe you recognize the shift in the vibration now. The vibrations goes up and down at the same time, expands. Relax, joining in the expansion. Then you will get the support to get into the balanced state where you can be able to reach this level where your consciousness expands by itself into all the areas of your life where you have a frame and then you reframe. And it can be anywhere, but the area where it shows itself the best is the area where you feel comfortable and have a kind of ease. So in the area where you are comfortable and you think, this is easy, this is nothing, this could be the areas where you could look the first to find this possibility. So to recognize, if you suddenly do things in a new way, you can see, oh, I can do it like this. This could be fun. This could be better. This could be a new way. And you will succeed. Then you'll have the first recognitions, the first experience with these possibilities that we are helping right now in the energy work. To recognize this in our everyday life is important. Some people can have the experiences in the energies like inner visions, inner knowing, sensations, realizations. And this is also enhanced in a lot of people right now due to the use of the internet and the sensibilization that it's created. But even if you're having these realizations and visions, it's the landing in the recognition in the everyday life that's creating the download and then the saving. So you could see, if you're downloading a possibility from the ancient soul, then it will be saved for keeping when you have this recognitions in your everyday life, and to look for it right now in the areas where things is easy and you are already handling things in a way where it comes to you. This is where it appears right now. And then through the next month and years, it will evolve and open into areas that is more and more difficult. And I really look forward to this part. Okay. Now we're really finished with the first part. It's holding the field for giving love and light to the people and the places that we wish for. And now we're changing to the energy work where we are holding the field for this ignition, this crystallization that opens for the possibility for the framing, the reframing, the clear consciousness, the possibility to download what you need through your soul from other libraries than what's present in the local area here. So if this words make sense to you, maybe you say, okay, yeah. Oh, this is what all this change is all about. All these nights where I have been awake or haven't slept that well and having strange sensations. Oh, this is due to this change. There's preparations for the awakening of the ancient soul possibilities. Maybe you don't recognize anything of what I'm saying, but you still feel a difference due to the healing. Maybe you think it's a funny fairy tale. How it supports you, how it enriches you, it doesn't matter. But it matters that you're recognizing if this is something that gives you more than it takes. So you use your time, you use your awareness, you use your energy to be listening to them, to participate in this energy. What does it give to you? This is also what the shift is carrying in right now, that if you are aware of what your choices cost and what it gives, then you're entering into the new era flow and the synchronicities and the possibilities that it brings. The old era flow is slowing down and it's nearly not working anymore. So if you have this, everything is strange, you're used to being really into a kind of a flow and the synchronicity is odd, then it might be because you're experiencing that the old flow is disappearing. The new flow, you can recognize this by being aware of which choices in the smallest perspective brings you more energy than it costs. Even strange small choices, you could think, oh, that doesn't make sense, doesn't matter. Try to give it a little bit of sense, try to make it matter a little bit, to open it in the smaller perspectives, open and helps our consciousness to bring it into the broader perspectives. And our consciousness, exactly with this crystallization that we are opening to right now, has the possibilities to mirror awareness and to mirror or comprehending into different perspectives. So if I have an experience where I comprehend something and maybe I begin to extend it into be able to do and to create, then these possibilities can be mirrored into another part of my consciousness, another part of my reality, if I open it by reflecting and to connect, to recognize it into the smallest perspective. So if you begin to recognize, does this give me more than it takes? And in the smallest perspective, suddenly it appears in the bigger perspective by itself. That's kind of magic, I think, and will show you the force and the power of the new era consciousness, the crystal consciousness that is opening, and where we will hold the space for this today. Okay, and we are joining in here and collaborating in this group, but also with all the other groups. Also, even if we haven't made a decision about it, we haven't talked about it, we still work together. And I have again and again this tremendous recognition of it, because when I talk with the people that works with the same things that I do, and we haven't talked for a while, suddenly we recognize that we are working at exact the same things, using the same words, having the same visions, and we didn't even talk about it. So, like, if people are saying things in a certain manner and it becomes modern, this is the way we do, it's in. This is the same with the energy and the way of taking care of the energy work. Without talking about it, we are expressing it at the same time. And I think it's so comforting that recognize it and to know that this is how it is. So even if we don't succeed in collaborating more consciousness, in a way where, okay, you do this, I do this, okay, today I do this, you do this. Even if we are not reaching to this yet, we're still in the same work, helping each other, joining in. It's so good. Okay, the energy changed now. So for you to recognize this, take a couple of deep breaths. Recognize your body. And if you want to participate active in the energy work, you just say it within yourself. Yes, I would like to be active. If you want to participate by creating surplus energy, you can say this. Or if you want to participate by receiving, you can say yes to this. If you're joining in, you are also helping creating surplus energy, and you're receiving. Creating surplus energy, you're also receiving. Okay. If you're participating in the energy work and you can have some kind of pressure, you can see if you can have this pressure to be equally distributed. So kind of having a recognition of an equally distributed pressure, if you feel such. Okay, now I open to my inner vision. And I use this kind of way where if you are listening to somebody telling you a story, you will be participating in the story, right? You will following the story in the inner side of your head. In your inner vision, you will be having pictures or realizations, feelings, as if you were in the story. This is the way that I enter the visions, that is opening in the energy work. I open the same way. Breathe. Recognize the body. Maybe close the eyes to be more focused. And then when visions or pictures appears that I think is new to me or is surprising, then I know this is something that opens by itself, because I never think about something and then it's surprising to me. And what is surprising right now is I see the center of the universe. And in the center of the universe, I see a bright light. And this is the light from times. The light from all times that has been is opening in the center of the universe, and also in the center of the core of Earth, and in the center and the core of all of us. Our center is placed just below the heart, above solar plexus. And in this center, the bright light from all times opens, as it opens in the center of Earth and in the center of the universe. And these centers, they are aligning. And you can recognize if you feel any different at all, or maybe you have some kind of recognition yourself about this. And as these three centers are aligning, the bright light of all times that opens within your system in a kind of an inner pattern that seems to be your pattern of crystallizations of your true balanced consciousness. And as this open in your consciousness field, you can have a recognition if you have any sensation, any feeling about this, any difference. To me, I experience an opening. My heart center, it opens, and I have a reaction in my eyes. My sight gets blurry. Pressure in the throat area, and then I open the pressure to enhance it. By enhancing the pressure, I help the energy to get the space for the healing. So any kind of pressure, any kind of unease, any kind of pain I recognize, I enlarge the area to give space for the energy. So now the pressure is diminishing in the throat area. And you are having your reactions, your pressure, or whatever comes through. And you're collaborating with that. Watching it. And now, as the crystalline balanced field opens in each of our personal fields, it seems like the bright light of all times opens in the center of the universe and begins to open the crystalline, balanced pattern and open it, and then it emerges from the center of the universe and out. And I feel sincere and serious about this. A part of me that really feels deeply about this and being moved, touched. My field, your field, everybody's field, the light is getting brighter and stronger, and it's opening from the center of the universe. Still nothing is happening in Earth field. The center is still carrying the bright light, but it's not opening in the same manner as it is in our field and in the cosmic field. Actually, it's like a silence is opening in Earth field as the bright light in each and everybody's personal field is getting stronger, more and more balanced, opening into the crystalline consciousness. The cosmic field is opening with this bright, clear light of all times. Breathe deeply, relax in the body. Stress is releasing from your whole system as you're entering into the most balanced state. strong, and yet easy. And now it's like this crystalline pattern has reached throughout cosmos and is carried in each and everybody's personal field, strong, and now it opens in earth field. And I recognize one of my colleagues, the shaman Gregory. His energy is entering. Opening the keys to cosmic Atlantis, which is carrying the remembrance fields from the ancient knowledge, wisdom from the soul, from before the soul was born. The first consciousness that is love, when the first consciousness that is love was carried in by human beings without a filter. This was cosmic Atlantis. Something happened, the filter opened and closed the connection down, diminish it in history, in soul history. Now we are opening the keys all the way back to this ancient fields. And thank you to my colleague Gregory to open the keys. And now the crystalline patterns from the outer part of the universe begins to grow inwards. So the pattern that grows from the center of the universe and the pattern that goes from the outer parts of the universe begins to grow towards each other. And it seems like it's silencing the field on Earth more and more. Disturbances is disappearing. Tensions in the collective field on consciousness on Earth is released. Maybe you recognize this relation within yourself. Maybe you are having your own inner visions, your own adventure going on. Maybe you just recognize this as a vibration, as a sensation, or recognition that you can't describe. The first years when I met this history, these energies, I was crying my heart out. And it was so strange to me. I couldn't understand, how could I be so emotional about something that I don't remember for true, for real. But a part of me, no. And the rest of me learned that this opens for possibilities and stabilization of me, and open my heart to be a heartfelt being in this reality. Okay, now they meet. The crystalline patterns from the outer part of the cosmos and the crystalline pattern from the inner parts of the cosmos, they meet. It's beautiful. It nearly looks like the pattern in an eye. So it's not like crystalline in this straight way when you see it, and if you're zooming in on a snowflake, this is more like, it's more soft. It's still more like the patterns in the color part of the eye. Okay, now it opens an earth field, And because you are also a part of the Earth collective field, maybe you can recognize this change. In my inner vision, it's beautiful. It's like a lot of tensions. Tensions about right and wrong, tensions about powers is released. And the balances that opens is about peace, but it's about an active peace. In most of our consciousness and most of our ideas about peace, it's something that's really quiet, right? So active peace, really active, powerful peace is what's opening. And to me, in my personal field, it seems like a solid foundation that opens, and it's enhancing my sensation, my feeling about being me. What is it to you? Do you recognize any difference at all? Maybe you don't. Maybe this is something that would appear when you are walking out in your reality, and suddenly you have another meeting with something, maybe something that usually would be disturbing. Disturbing is suddenly you know what to do about it. You have a solution, a peaceful solution that you didn't have access to before. It suddenly appears by itself. Then this would be a recognition of this shift that we are watching and supporting right now. Attention is building up now. It seems like the crystallization in earth field is reaching a point where the balance and the unbalance is meeting each other. I can feel it in me now. Attention building up in different parts of my body. Supporting the energy work with my intention and finding the balance where this tension is equally distributed in my system. Getting a little bit warm here. It's a sign to me that the healing is landing in the level of the cells in the body. The physical vibrations is a good sign. The breathing helps to follow the energy. More warm here. Maybe you don't recognize any difference. Maybe you get cold. It's not supposed to be in a certain way. So the signs can be really different. Here it's warm now. And to me, I know also the tensions release. It's a sign of a landing of the energies. Soft, deep breath. The energy stabilizes, and the tensions between the balanced and the unbalanced part of the earth field seems to be aligned now and merge. And actually, in me, I feel the kind of stabilization. And also like something is moving in the thought field, in my head and in the surrounding of a head. Something is moving. I'm pretty sensitive, so I can sense a lot of things. Maybe you can sense something is moving in the thought field, but then you might have experiences of that your sight, your vision is changing. Your senses, your hearing, your senses of the surroundings, that they change. That you feel more clear in your thoughts, in your head, and that something is lighter, that this shift that's hard to explain, that feels like a smile, or if you're seeing something that amuses you a bit, not much, but just a bit, that just higher your vibration a bit. Okay? I have this in all of my system, like a little bit of a hiring. Could you say that in English? I'm not sure about that. A little levitation in my vibration. Sometimes I, by accident, use Danish ways of talking in the English language, and I know it doesn't make sense. But balancing the energy, the channeling, the visions, and the communication, and the same time in another language, it's a balancing that I train. So I know that often I say something that maybe really doesn't make sense, but if you're mirroring the pictures, maybe you still can comprehend what I try to express. And also sometimes even in the Danish, that's my native tongue, I experience that in the channeling, the words get turned around. So the meaning to them is opened in different ways, because the words is used in a way where we're not used to, in a new angle, a new twitch. As the energy is landing, it could be a good idea to stretch a bit. Sigh. Intentional. Make a sigh. Stretch a bit. And then maybe you're still recognizing the crystallization, the visions in the field, and enjoying this. But when you're ready, try to recognize the body again, your energy, your feelings, to recognize a change, any change. This recognizing the small changes when we work with the energies is important, because with the perspective we could bring in, with everything and nothing, to actually recognize a change that shows a movement and a direction. We can often get lost because we see everything and nothing. And then it could be difficult to see what's in between. So recognizing the small difference, the movement and the direction, will show you what's happening with the consciousness and will give you an awareness that begins to investigate and to be curious about, where is this expressed? Where could I see this? And then you are opening the manifestations, the energy that supports this movement. And it's really important right now. And it's really effective. So by being aware and curious and watching the changes within yourself, watch the small changes, the direction and the meaning to them, you will be a light worker of the new era and really, really make a huge difference. Slowly, the energy goes in the last part, that's the stabilization. And a nice greeting here. Thank you very much. It says all my love from me. Thank you. And the love is right back at you. Lovely, lovely energies. And thank you for participating, both participating here live and when you're participating with the video. The first part of the video where you can put in the people and the places you want to give love and light, this will work for the next 4 days. And the healing and the part of the crystallization is useful as long as the video is present. So you can use it again and again, and the energy will still be powerful and supporting. And you could come back and use it again, and you can use the video. And when you have tried it a couple of times, you can activate it by remembering and with your intention. It's really strong right now. So the 7th dimension is opening on Earth. And because of this opening, the possibilities to reach for energies and to work with it, it's really, really strong. And thank you. A greeting here. Thank you for the healing and the energy. Thank you so much. Thank you for receiving, and thank you for opening the energy with me, supporting and creating it. Thank you so much. So with this, I'll just end with pointing on the talk with energy that's in English, and you can find it on YouTube. It's the talk I had with Brian Hayasha about energy and money. And we will have some more of these talks in the next month to come. Look up for it. I will also open to the teachings with the soul elements. And very soon, you'll have a small free videos and a video that will be a couple of hours intense teachings for 10 euros. So this will open the teaching, and then there will be daily teachings for 12 days from the 4th of April. Each teaching will be 30 euro and nearly 3 hours teaching for 30 euro. And if you have all of them, you can have it for 300 euros. Then there will be a gathering. The gathering will be in Maine, in the States, in Portland, and it will be in the beginning of May, 4 days. And there we will open to the whole soul sonar system and the usage of the balancing of the soul elements. So this will be my first teaching in English in the States. So I'm really looking forward to it and hoping to see a lot of you there. soon the possibilities to join in will open on my homepage, mariannelane.com. You can find it there. Thank you for now, and lots of love and good energy. See ya.